Welcome to the Bodacious Women in Cannabis podcast, the show where the bold and brilliant women cannabis business leaders share their journey and their expertise. Here's your host, Susan Burns.
Welcome to Bodacious Women in Business, where we talk with executive women who contribute their special talent to the world, doing it their way.
I'm Susan Burns, your podcast host and founder of S. Burns Legal, a boutique law firm in St. Paul, Minnesota. We support bodacious women in business in growing their businesses. And today, I'm so thrilled. I have with me Mae Bereal, and she is the founder and owner of LAV8 CBD. Welcome, Mae.
Thank you for having me, Susan. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's just a pleasure. So tell us, Mae, about how you started your company, when, where you're located, and a little bit about what you do.
Okay, well, LAV8 CBD was started back in 2019. We are currently located in Southern California. But of course, as you know, with the hemp laws, we're able to ship almost globally. So that our central hub is in SoCal. I got into the industry, honestly, first through the THC side. As a child, I was a cannabis consumer and did not fully understand the plant. And so as I grew and my knowledge of the plant grew, I saw that there was a gap in the industry. And there's different things that needed to be learned on my part, as well as educated to others. And so I started a company back in 2016. And with that company, I was able to acquire licenses in the state of California. And after I acquired the licenses, it showed me that right now, since the THC side is still federally illegal, I wasn't able to get my products to multiple sclerosis patients that I have in the middle of, the United States. And so that's when our focus shifted a little bit into being able to get the product to people, not just only within the state of California, but globally. And so LAV8 CBD was born with that in mind, and being able to get the medicine without having to be concerned with state lines and not crossing state lines with the product.
So do you want to, Mae, just step back a bit and explain to people what your products are and what they do? I mean, I know it's not technically medicine because it's not regulated by the FDA or any of those things as medicine, but I think what you're going for is the personal benefit of
Right.
this of CBD, which everything's cannabis, but this comes from the hemp plant.
Right. So we have body balms, which are all 100% organic. We are now using USDA certified organic hemp oil in our products. I use the term medicine because it's always been my goal to help people to transition from prescription pills and things that give you a laundry list of side effects to something that's more natural and that your body can take organically. So we have body balms, we have body oils, we have detoxing body soaps. We do have CBD multivitamin organic vegan gummies, and we have mainly like health and wellness, skincare, beauty care products.
Nice. So talk a little bit about your journey, if you would, from your prior business to this business, and you said you had some education and learning to do for yourself and then for others. So talk to us about that a little bit. Tell us what that was about.
Right. Since the industry, I don't want to say it's new because it's definitely not new, but the rules and regulations that we have now are new. I had to educate myself on what is it that we could do, what is it that we could not do, and also just how deep into the plant I could go so that I could help people with different ailments that they had. During that, I learned a lot. I worked with the state of California a lot to be able to acquire different licenses. Also with the city of Los Angeles. In LA, I had a facility which allowed us to cultivate the plant, which means grow the plant from a seed. Then we were able to manufacture the plant, which means then taking the plant from its, plant form to creating, I'll show you one, to creating a body balm. So you take the plant.
It's beautiful.
It smells so good, Susan. If you could smell it, it looks really nice.
I almost can smell it.
Yeah, organic. Those are organic rose petals on the top.
Lovely.
It's with 24 karat pure gold. As I said, every ingredient in it is 100% organic.
I'm a packaging freak too, so that's beautiful packaging.
Yeah. That's the one thing. If you notice with us, we are appealed to what does it look like, and then after you see how it looks, okay, well now the next step is, well, what does it smell like? And then people smell it, and then they try it on their skin, and they see, wow, okay, it looks good, it smells good, and then when they actually receive the benefits of it, that's the cherry on top. But the meaning behind it was so that, okay, if you have arthritis, you can rub this into your skin and it will help you. So you don't walk around smelling like pain medicine. You walk around smelling like roses and lavender and shea butter and stuff like that.
Smell good, feel good.
Exactly. That, well, feel good, feel good.
Yeah. So I noticed on your website you said God created, women crafted.
Yes.
So talk about the inspiration for that.
Well, honestly, God gave me the name for the company. He gave me the vision for the company. He gave me the ingredients for the company. As I said, I was traveling down the road of the THC side and believing that that's what it was. And in that, my company that I created was called High End Society. And we were the first to receive state licenses for cannabis events, also among the first, as I said, for cultivation, manufacturing, and distribution. But during that process, he took me up a little bit higher to understand the plant and why is it that he created the plant and then the benefits of the plant. And since you gave me the vision, you gave me the name, it's God created. You just used me to put all the ingredients together and then to package it to then present it to the world as you intended. So I'm a woman, and then crafted, God created. He made the plant, you made every ingredient in the plant, and as I said, the name and things of that sort. So I give him his glory since that's him.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. And you talked about, creating from seed. So you're a fully integrated company?
Yes. With the THC side, we are. With the CBD side, I'm working toward having a sun-grown farm, not using LED lights. So right now we're actually sourcing the USDA certified organic hemp from a sun-grown farm out in Colorado. But my desire is to have one of those, our own, in California.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So in the industry that you're currently in the business, LAV8 CBD, you have to have had, I know from being a lawyer and doing some work in this area, there's a lot of regulation. Is that your biggest challenge, or talk to us about your challenges in growing your business?
Challenges would be regulation because they're changing. I get emails often about states changing different things and how we need to adjust, especially with the FDA and with gummies and us needing to put, different asterisks and letting people know that, okay, the FDA is not yet really regulating these things. Also with marketing, since many companies, they're not allowing us to market as you could a regular traditional business. So it makes things a bit difficult for us to be able to reach the masses. I'll use Facebook as an example. Facebook sent me some ad credits, and so we had long conversations on me being able to post ads on Facebook to appeal to more consumers. But once they found out that it's CBD, I wasn't able to do that. I can give you another example with Amazon. Same thing, because we use full spectrum CBD, we're not using isolate, which we only extract the CBD cannabinoid. I use full spectrum of the plant. And so on different platforms, we're unable to sell as another company may be able to. So it does hinder us quite a bit. Even with other people, when we went through the pandemic and a lot of people were getting small business loans or different things to help them through, once again, we were exempt from that. So starting a cannabis business in this time definitely has not been easy. But I'm here for the struggles and the ups and the downs because I do see the light, like the responses that I get from people who have never tried CBD products before or who have been programmed to look at cannabis in such a negative light. Once they receive the new information and then they try the product, you can see the light literally turn on in their head and they're thankful. And so you hear the testimonies, and that kind of helps you to keep going, to push forward, and knowing that eventually this world will come to accept what it is that we have and what we're offering.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, growing a business is challenging anyway. And then even though CBD is legal, you still have all those challenges of people going, oh, no, because it's a cannabis plant.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of misinformation and lack of education, as you touched on earlier, when you talked about educating yourself and others. But it's a good industry, but good for you for staying the course and doing what you do. And obviously you have a passion for it. Are there any, as you've been going along, so it's 3 years going into your 4th year, I guess, in business, are there any totally unexpected things that you're like, oh my gosh, when I started this, I never thought this amazing thing would happen in a million years, and look at this?
I would say one thing that I guess I never took into consideration how greatly something as small as, okay, I'll use a tin, or as small as just this little roller could have an effect on someone. One day I received an email from a woman. I did an interview with this other company, and after the interview, she reached out to me to let me know that she has multiple sclerosis, and if there was anything that I have that could help her. And so I sent her some products. And after she received the product, she sent me an email, and she said, May, like, you have no idea. Like, I've been suffering with this for so long. And she said, I take all this laundry list of pills, but never have I received the benefit from the product that you have. And she wrote a testimony saying that it took away 80% of her pain. And I couldn't believe it. Like, if you're taking all of these prescription pills and you've been taking that for that long, and so now you've grown accustomed to the pain that you're in, and then you use a body balm that's 100% natural, and you rub it on your legs, and you receive 80% of pain relief that fast, that blew my mind. And that let me know that I need to continue to keep going so that I can help more and more people. Because same way as how she gave me her testimony, she will then give other people the same testimony. Yes, I used to take all of these pills, and now I use this. So that for me helps to fuel the passion, and it helps me to keep going, and it gives me more life.
So while you might have, blocks from traditional selling and advertising venues, such as the major companies, Amazon, Facebook, Metaverse, you have something, in my opinion, it's more powerful, and that's word of mouth. People that use your product or your service and that are telling everybody.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the most powerful thing you can have.
Thank you, Susan.
Yeah, so good for you. Well, the name of this podcast is Bodacious Women in Business, and I love talking with women entrepreneurs about their journeys and just stepping out and doing it their way. Obviously, being in this industry is bodacious in and of itself, but what is it that about you, Muriel, that makes you uniquely bodacious? How does your bodaciousness come through in your business and how you operate?
I would say,
and also I want to ask also, how does that impact or benefit your customers?
Okay. I would say the fact that the purpose behind the plant, a lot of people get into the industry for the money because they hear about how much money you can make in cannabis, and so you get into it with ill intent. And so behind it, you're not looking to truly help the people, you're looking at numbers. And so then with me, I'm the complete opposite. I got into it to help people and to help them in different ways. And the fact that I do walk with God, and I give God the glory, and he helps me, and he leads people to me, and he teaches me different things. For me, I feel that sets me apart. And those who have come around me have come to see it. And so for me, that's the bodaciousness. That's what sets me apart from everyone else.
So your strong faith, I guess,
Very.
is your bodaciousness
Yes.
and not being afraid to talk about it or wear it on your website, for example, right?
As you mentioned before, talking with people and word of mouth and changing the perception, I once sat with a pastor and we had a long conversation on how the church viewed the cannabis plant and how we would have long conversations on the plant, on the products. And so it took some time, but then after that, he got to see it from a different light and then began using the products. And then once he used the products, he saw how they worked. And then he began telling his church members about the products. So yes, that's good seeds planted, and it shows me that yes, you're on the right path.
Yes, I would guess that's an affirmation. So the name of your company is LAV8 CBD, but it's spell out your URL for your website so people know where to find you.
LAV and the number 8 CBD.com.
So LAV8 CBD, elevate, elevate.
There you go. You sound out the letters, and then there's elevate.
Clever, very clever. And so you're able to, because you're using a hemp-derived CBD, which was removed from the controlled substances at the federal level, you're able to ship nationwide and in a lot of countries as well outside of the US.
Right. There are some countries that still are hindering us from shipping to their country, but as I said earlier, hopefully they do open up and receive it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So elevate.com, and do you want to highlight some of your products? Do you have any favorites, or you love them all? Or I know you've been showing us that balm. I can't wait to hop on the website when we're done here.
Yes, well, the balm, I do love the balm. I use it every day. I do not use any traditional lotions or any traditional oils. I only use the products that we make. I do love how it looks on the skin. After you put some balm on, of course, it takes away the aches and pains, but then also it causes your skin to glow. And it's not something that you have to put makeup on to make your skin, they put the highlighter to make your skin look a certain way. It's 100% natural. And then the other product that I do love is our roller. This I keep in my purse all the time. If I have even ashy hands, I'll put it on. If my lips are a little bit dry, I'll put that on. But on any aches and pains, I have testimonies of people who were getting a headache and they'll rub it on their temples or on the back of their neck and it helps to alleviate pain. So the products are very versatile. Another thing that I would touch on is we're pretty eco-friendly. I'm striving to be a zero-waste corporation. And so with that, we have a recycling program where people can trade in 7 products. Let's say if you had 7 essential oil rollers and you send them to us, we'll then give you a free one. Or you have 7 balms, just so that we can take the waste off of the planet. And then when you purchase products, you get an informational sheet. But this, I didn't have it printed, but just to show you, the informational sheet is printed on seeded paper. So after you read everything, you scan the QR code, you find out more about the product, you can plant this and it will grow wildflowers. So the idea behind that was, okay, we're removing, as I said, the waste. But let's say in the event that you decide not to plant it, which some people may do. So they go to the landfill. One day, God causes it to rain, and then next thing you know, you have a field of wildflowers.
In the landfill.
In the landfill. Second, the packages are all shipped in compostable mailers. So you can plant this also with your wildflowers. So as I said, we are striving to be a zero-waste corporation using all 100% organic things and moving forward and helping the earth.
Awesome. That is excellent, Mae Bereal. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to add? I love that you're thoughtful all the way through on your product, your production, the waste, the packaging, and dealing with all that. That in and of itself is bodacious, because there are a lot of business owners that were like, well, it's too expensive. Well, we couldn't find this and we couldn't find that. And And I'm not a fan of that response. It is fairly common, but I love that you're so thoughtful about your product all the way through. Are there any other things that you would like to add for our listeners before we close? Any closing comments?
Just that they can visit the website, as you said earlier, elevate-cbd.com. We do have a promo code where they could get 10% off if they use the coupon code ELEVATE, that's LAV8, and we do offer free shipping. And other than that, the products, as I said, 100% organic. We do a lot for philanthropy, or do a lot of philanthropy work. As you saw, that we do have eco-friendly products. So in them giving, they know that they're helping more than just themselves with purchasing product. We do also donate a product for each product that we sell to someone who cannot afford the product. So that in itself also is something to help them increase their patronage with Elevate CBD.
Thank you so much, Muriel. And I love your bodaciousness and wish you the utmost of success. Thank you.
Amen.